Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to this channel. This is me Arya Wahid and you are on the channel of Medicare. So as you know, we have started the lectures over the practical of every subject that we have within the third pro of the pharmacy, and we have discussed a lot of the practicals. Today's subject is pharmaceutical chemistry and experiment number 21. Here I am. In this experiment we will discuss how to determine the unknown concentration of CuSO₄ solution by spectrophotometer. Okay, so here we are checking the spectrophotometer and we are checking the absorbance of a particular solution, right? So let's talk about what the chemicals we are needed for this experiment. The first thing that we need for it is a spectrophotometer. We need a beaker, curvate, we need CuSO₄ compound here, and we need a measuring cylinder right there. And how to perform this procedure and how we do that. So first of all, you have to prepare 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100 ppm CuSO₄ solutions. So you will make different concentrated SO4 solutions. So you will take at least 6 to 7 test tubes right there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and the 7. Within all of these test tubes you will take CuSO₄ copper sulfate solution having different concentration, like the first tube having the 0 concentration, second has the 20 concentration having 20 gram of CuSO₄, then it has a 40, and gradually the concentration increases. Then it will be 60, then it will be 80 and it will be 100, and the seventh test tube contains unknown amount of it, right? So here we take 6 to 7 test tubes having different concentrations of CuSO₄, and then we will check it out the absorbance of them by using the spectrophotometer. Okay, you have to make different concentration of SO4 test tubes, and then you will put it into a sample holder like that. I have put it them, and I just label that it contains 0 concentration, so it only contains the solvent inside it. It contains 20%, while other is the solvent. It contains 40% of CuSO₄, while other remaining portion is of the solvent. It contains 60% of the copper sulfate solution, 80%, and then the 100% is also there. And last and seventh is the unknown to us. And then after that you have to turn on your apparatus, which is your spectrophotometer. You have to turn it on, provide it electricity, and you have to, after turning it on, you just have to take it the rest for 10 to 15 minutes so that it can completely start up and can able to perform that. Then first of all you have to took this solution, which is of 20 ppm, and you have to set it into your spectrophotometer, and then you will check it out the absorbance of it. You will fall the light on it whose wavelength would be 635 nanometer. This is the wavelength, maximum wavelength that you put on this concentration of the test tube, and then you put it and fill your sample holder with this concentration of SO4, and then you will allow the light beam to pass through it, and then you will check it out and measure the absorbance done by it. Also measure the absorbance of the other solution in the same manner, just as you have done with the 20. This is the control having no concentration, and then you will perform same with the 40, 60, 80 and 100 test tube. Same, you will put them into the sample holder, and then you will pass the light through it and check out the absorbance. And through the spectrophotometer, then it just send the signals to the detector and the readout device, and then it make a graph, and the graph will be plotted between your concentration and the absorbance. So how the graph will be made, let's make out the graph of it. So here is the graph. on the y-axis you will find the concentration of your CuSO4 solutions, which is 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100 right there. And then you will, on the y-axis, you will write the absorbance. I am denoting the absorbance with the letter A, and different absorbance you can here out, and you will get a graph which is of straight line having different points there, right? And you just make it up, and absorbance have different values which come out. Okay, so I am telling you the value of every absorbance that came out. The first value of the absorbance is 0.014. The absorbance value will be given above the spectrophotometer, so you don't need to remember them. Okay, the second absorbance that came out after our result is this. Then it become increased, and last is 0.020. Yeah, so like that we get a straight graph. And we also find out the unknown concentration. We'll find out at this point. So we don't know the concentration of it, so how much, but with the absorbance we will check, like its absorbance came out between 0.018 or and between 0.016. So we'll find out that the concentration of this unknown sample is 50. So it means this was the 50. It contained the 50% concentration of the CuSO4. So this is how you will find the unknown concentration of CuSO4, right? So our major purpose in this experiment is to find out the unknown concentration. Okay, other concentration are given to us, and by knowing the concentration of other, we have found a concentration of that substance which is unknown to us, and we extrapolate the graph of them. We will check their absorbance, and then we plot that out. There is some precautions of it. The first precaution is that you always have to turn on the spectrometer, and then after that, after the 10 to 15 minutes after that, you will start your experiment. This is very important point. Please don't neglect that. Second thing is that you always use dilute solution. You cannot use so much concentrated solution. So as you can dilute the solution as you can, because if you take more concentrated solution, you cannot get accurate absorbance. So this is the limitation of our spectrophotometer, that these apparatus can be used for only those solutions who are diluted. It cannot be work upon the concentrated ones. Third is that run a blank solution before the actual solution. So our blank solution is this, having the zero concentration of CuSO4, and which we consider it at the zero, because it only contains the water vehicle or the solvent in it. It has no concentration of CuSO4. So this is our control. So you must have to run it with them, and you have to use a monochromatic light for it, not use polychromatic. And you will get to know, and at the result you will write up the unknown concentration of CuSO4, which comes out the 50, and the absorbance of it is at is like 0.017. So this is how we determine the absorbance and the concentration of unknown test tube which contain the CuSO4 concentration. So this was all about the today's experiment. I hope that you like this video, and please like and share and subscribe to this channel. And if you want me to make more such videos, so comment up, and if still you have some confusion, then let me down, and I will give the answer back to you. So take care. Allah Hafiz.